Okay, so I may not be the best at drawing portraits, but at least I draw better compared to my early portrait drawings, which kind of look like titans, not gonna lie. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, it's Kooleen here. I'm gonna teach you what I learned and what to avoid when you're doing these types of portraits. But first, I want to tell you guys that I'm not an expert, but I'm definitely better than your mom. So I first want to tell you that with these stylistic portraits, you have to exaggerate the features. And by exaggerate, I don't mean make their neck bigger like I did for a solid year or two. Because I always ended up making the friggin' necks bigger. It's like I was using The Rock as a reference. Moving on, let's just go on with it. First, we'll just have to study the basic structure of the face. Just a quick rundown. Ideally, a face should have these proportions. No matter how scary this may look, it's helpful. I mean, dude, I'm really creeped out by this. Her lashes look like cockroach legs, not gonna lie. It's the sort of crap that you see in Junji Ito's manga. But anyway, I usually follow this guide. Anyway, what we want is to exaggerate the features that stand out. What usually stands out is the eyes. For example, in the model here, she has really big eyes. You can see that at the first glance. My Chinese eyes can't relate. I literally found this from Pinterest, and a bunch of other people have tried drawing it already. So I looked at one of the drawings, and I immediately noticed her nose. While in the original portrait, her eyes are what stood out the most. But I'm not trying to talk trash about your artwork, by the way, whoever drew this. It looks good, really. Keep it up. But anyway, I used to draw things as is, like I don't make the eyes big, and it always looks like crap. So I've had that problem for a while. And I have this internet friend who I knew since my weeb days. We were the same age, and I saw their art after a long time, and I gotta say, they've drastically improved. And I was like, yo, what the heck happened? I used to be better than you. And I noticed that they always drew the eyes big. Almost cartoony, but in a good way. So obviously I thought, whoa, I'm gonna steal your art style. So I quickly drew the proportions of the face. I know that it looks like complete crap now, but we're gonna fix that. Hopefully. A tip I recommend for drawing in freehand is that you should observe where things are. For example, the hair sort of ends between the nose and the lips, or each of the edges of the lips, and exactly in the middle of both eyes. Wow. Also, I exaggerated the eyes and also her lips, because in my opinion, those are what stood out to me the most in this Pinterest girl. I then laid out a base color and started shading. If you try to notice, you'll see that I'm using a different brush. Here's a tip for all beginners out there. Default brushes really suck. I mean, from what I've experienced, my art style varies depending on what brush I use. So download a custom brush, whether you're using Photoshop or Paint Tool SI. Also, don't be afraid to eye draw. I swear, it's so hard to distinguish colors, especially when they're beside each other. Colors that I thought were like purple turn out to be green when I eye drop it. I swear, I thought I was colorblind, but apparently it's just color theory. So this is actually what I learned from watching makeup videos, but usually the bright spots in the faces are here, which is why you apply bright makeup there, like concealers and highlighters. You're gonna apply dark makeup like bronzer in these areas because they're much darker. Anyway, the whole process of adding details and defining the face is almost identical to putting on makeup. That's the reason why people assume that I was good at makeup when I was like 10. In reality, I was really bad. I mean, whenever I applied it, I looked like a clown. I had to spend years of learning by trial and error for me to get better. So that was kind of off topic. Let's move on. As you notice, I'm not zooming in because when I zoom in, I see all of my mistakes. I'm looking at it from afar because I want to look at the big picture first. My art tends to look good from afar, but when you zoom in, it's like, What the hell is that? But no worries, we're gonna fix that with a soft brush later. Anyway, I spent a solid 30 minutes trying to fix the features. I also added this bright red thing to make it look spicy. It just kind of looks good, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I looked back in the eye just to define it even more. I spent so much time fixing the eyes because it's the most important. I'm pretty sure it like makes or break your art or whatever, not gonna lie. So yeah, the colors look pretty different from the portrait. It has more reddish undertones than green, like what was in the portrait. I don't know, I just like this warm color better. What I do for the finishing touch is that I open up Photoshop and open my drawing there. So here's my drawing. We're gonna go over to the channels, click blue, and then press Ctrl-Shift-A. In the lens correction area, we'll set the distortion to -1. We're also gonna do the same to green, but this time we'll set it to -2. So here's the final drawing. So actually I edited it again on my phone because the colors were different. It looked much darker on the phone, so I made it lighter, but it's different from the PC, so I can't really decide which colors are actually real. Like, are colors even real? We don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for making it to the end. I have here my accounts on the socials, be sure to follow me. And also, I have a Discord server now. Anyway, be sure to join. So yeah, please leave a like if you like this video and stay cool.